Hello everyone! This is probably going to be a very stupid video. I don't even know if this is going to be a video because I have no idea how this is going to go. So I, for one, find Hasbro's open packaging design with no window so absurd that yes, even if you can claim environmental, yeah, it's still just kind of like a ridiculous solution that I really think needs another go around. Oh, and by the way, if you've looked into what they're doing with starting lineup, you'll kind of find out they're full of it as far as environmentally friendly goes. But we'll get into that another time. We're here to talk about the two toys you see in front of you, Studio Series Jazz and Knockout. So I actually want to challenge myself. Is this open window actually enough to actually transform the toy without removing it from the box? This is a really stupid challenge I have enforced upon myself, but I'm going to give it a try anyway. So here are my ground rules. The bulk of the toy cannot leave the box one way or another. That is like the main thing about this. Now, as I transform it more and more, that's going to get harder and harder. If a few pieces leave the window, that's fine. So long as you can't say, I took the toy out of the box, we should be okay. All right? And just so we can get kind of a refresher on how this goes, we're going to do Jazz first, which that seemed like it makes sense to me. So, the hardest part about this is going to be how far back all this backpack kibble floats. So this might have to float outside the packaging window in order to make this work. And that's going to be problematic. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and transform him very quickly. He's got a double waist rotation there in order to get parts out of the way. The head has to duck down through a whole bunch of parts in order to tuck in its proper spot. All the way down there. That piece comes up like so. So I picked Jazz because he's not terribly complicated to transform. And he seems like, especially once I get him in like this position, like a lot of his movement is just vertical. So theoretically, it should be doable with this toy. There's probably better toys to have picked for this. There's definitely ones that fill up less of the bubble. You know, if I try this with like, I don't know, have they repainted that cliff jumper recently? It seems like that's always a thing. Alright. Again, it's the backpack that worries me the most on this challenge. See, like I said, this might not be doable. This might not be doable, and I might just be wasting everybody's time. I don't know. I've never attempted it before. I know there's going to be a lot of wiggling this thing around the box in order to get all the parts in the right spots. Alright. Alright, so not terribly difficult to transform. So as long as it is in a car mode, like a few panels can be off here and like I could like still need to like tighten it up. But as long as it looks like a fully functioning car by the time I get it out of the box, that is going to be the win factor here, alright? So that is a quick transformation just to refresh ourselves on the mold. And now comes the fun part. Alright, so first up, we gotta snip all those bands inside the box. I have brought cuticle scissors for this job, so that's easy. Oh, I'm also gonna say, like, if I damage the outer packaging, that's also a foul. So, like, if, like, this window tears, that's a foul. Alright, so I'm gonna... A lot of this might be in the dark. I can't really get a light inside here. I apologize. All right, I'm trying not to scratch the figure here while I try and find these little rubber bands. All right, there we go. Okay, so he should be free now. I don't think his feet are secured. Yeah, he's completely loose in there. All right, so he's good to go. So, the interesting part. Now, in order to transform that backpack, I'm definitely going to have to let it leave the box. So, first up, I got to, yeah, I'm going to, parts of this has to come out of the box in order to actually get this to work. So I got to rotate this around. I got to get to his backpack. Alright, so, nope. Yeah, I'm already breaking like the leave the box rule, aren't I? Like, there's just, I'm trying to keep him inside. Okay, he's still in there. Still in there. Still in this. All right. Just gotta get the backpack out of that inner tray, and then I think I'm in business here. But it's all right. It's just tucked in there, super tight. All right. It's almost out. It's almost... okay. Okay, so... Alright, so we're done there. We're done there. We got this. So... Got a lot here to rotate around. So, if I can go ahead and... I get to his... I can rotate his waist piece already, so that's one step out of the way. I need to... God, I really don't want to have to do this upside down, but I might have to do this upside down. I was really, really trying to get him, yeah, I was really trying to get him rotated around so I could work from the back, but that's probably not going to work. So let's see if I can't get everything else to work here. Alright, so there's the head. We'll rotate that down, get this piece in. Come on, there we go. Get the arms as close to the position as possible until I can get everything else folded out. See, I have to be able to get... Yeah, I have to be able to get him, like, rotated around so I can get the legs out. That's the caveat here. So I might have to cheat a little bit. Oh, yeah, because it's... Yeah, alright. Alright, you didn't see anything. I will admit, like, half of the toy was out of the box. Half the toy was out of the box. Alright, so... If I can get him rotated around now without tearing anything. Like... Alright. There we go. Right. Ooh, wow. This folds up a lot more than I expected it to. Okay. Oh, that's why. The backpack wasn't folded like the way you do it in vehicle mode. That's why. That's why so much of it's stuck. Okay, so I can open those up now. Can I take advantage of some hinges here, please? There we go. There we go. Alright, so I can get... if I can narrow this up. Alright, that's better-ish. That's the last step. I just need to get that out of the way. Okay, yeah, jeez, it's so... Probably not... Yeah, this definitely, like... I think this is doable on the right figure, but I don't think... This was probably not the figure to try it on. It's probably not the figure to try it on. Alright, yeah, I need to rotate this so, like, all this kibble is out of the box. And the main figure stays inside. Can I actually do that? Oh, kibble got hooked on the inner tray again. Alright. Isn't there? Oh, okay, cool. Alright. Alright, so it's the right orientation now. So, as I realize that, like, the hardest part of this is going to be folding this piece back in, even if I can get the legs transformed here. I've still got that to contend with. It doesn't help that they rotated the wrong way, too. Alright. Yeah. About the only way this might actually work is if I could cut the bottom of the box open. But I feel like that's cheating. I feel like I need to leave this thing sealed in order for this to actually be a thing. Let's see. Yeah, there's no way for me to... Actually... Is there a way for me to tuck this in? Is there a way for me that I can actually, like... I can't even see the orientation of the legs now. Okay, the legs are, like... Well, they're not the way they need to be. That's the important thing. The legs are not the direction they need to be. God, they're too big. They're too big to actually make this work. So you can see him trying to bow out of the box while I'm trying to twist them around. Oh yeah, I see the problem. I see the problem. Because the waist rotated, but the lower legs did not. That'll do it. That'll do it. You know who I should have tried this with? Shattered Glass Magnus, because he comes in the same size box that as Jetfire for some reason, even though he's a leader class. Might have been able to do this with him. Okay, well the waist is rotated correctly. Now the legs are not. Ugh. Alright, okay, so the legs are the correct orientation now. Let's see, if I can actually get them tucked up, that might do me a favor here. Let's see if I can actually get them... If I can actually get them untabbed, I'll shove them up in the corner. I just realized I have no idea how much of this video you can even see. I'm sorry for that. I'm trying to keep it all in frame, so you at least see I'm trying not to cheat here. Let's see. Oh. Okay, there we go. Actually got one of the legs folded up. I need to do it on the other side too. I believe it's in the right orientation. See? Yep. Yep, yes it is. The asymmetrical box is getting some trouble here. It's like there's some directions I can go in, others get blocked off. Alright. Okay. Okay, I've got the legs tucked up. So, like, it's not tight, but a lot of this transformation is complete. It's like it's where it's supposed to be. All right, so let's see if I can get them rotated around now. If there's enough, there might be enough space now for me to rotate this around, work on the rear section. It's getting iffy on the box here. The box is definitely threatening to rip a little bit here. Trying to get this at least clipped together. Nope, stay in. You're supposed to stay in as part of this. I thought the foolish part of me thought this might actually get easier as it transforms, because now it's like obviously it's smaller. You know, and it's, you know, compacting. It's not working out that way though. Oh, here's something that would help. Easy part that I didn't do. I haven't flipped his hands down. There we go. All right, so let's get the other hand flipped in. All right. Okay, so it's not much, but maybe it gives me a little bit more clearance. At least it's not catching on anything in the tray anymore. At least not too badly. All right. I think the big factor here is, can I get this thing rotated 180 degrees to work on the rear side? The front end is pretty much done. I need to be able to transform the rear. And you can see where, yeah, like the outer box is taking some damage, but it seems to be mostly superficial. I think I'm still okay. Like, according to my own rules that I entirely made up. It's just not quite wide enough to get this toy rotated. It's like, I need to work on the rear section because that's where a lot of this is going to clip into place. Like, if I can get this sticking out and then the rear section is still viable, then, like, I'm good. Actually, let's see. Can I actually, like, can I fold the toy down? Like, can I fold his hips like this and, like, use the core? Like, use that hole as, like, a pivot point? Can I do that? Come on. This is so close. Oh, it's sideways now. Sideways. Oh, wait. Oh, beautiful. Look at it. Look at it. Rotate it around. The whole thing's rotated now. Oh, awesome. All right. You see. All right. There's his feet. Fold those up. Clip the rear section together. Ooh, some really tight. Really tight. Wow. Oh, man. I didn't anticipate the toy being the part that gave me trouble here at the end. So I'm trying to get the two halves of the rear together, but the tab is so tight. It just doesn't want to go. What is the problem there? Geez, I've got a stress mark on one of the tabs now. I've got a stress mark on this tab because it's such a tight fit. It's not even like an... jeez. It's not even like an aspect that I'm messing up. Alright. Alright. Oh, man. This is actually close. This is actually close. Okay. Open up that side. Okay. And now, if I can get all this tucked down. Okay, that's in place. Oh. It's mostly in place. I might have to shore them up a little bit, but... There we go. Alright. Yeah, so, like I said, a couple little tabs. But I think that's all that really went wrong there. Okay, that actually worked. Okay, it's a little touch and go. And I will admit, I have no idea how much of it you could actually see. I can't see much of it from the box. Hopefully, I'm hoping you could see it well enough to actually know, like, I kept it in the box the whole time. A little bit when I was trying to get it out from the inner tray. And as for the box, we do deduct a few points because this part did officially rip. So that was probably the upper parts of the shell cutting into it. But for the most part, yeah. That is a completely sealed box, completely tape sealed on every side. And Knockout managed to get into a semblance of a vehicle mode from it. Bizarre video, I know. But hey, I've got a hurricane approaching. So I'm going to pull out whatever I can think of to make some kind of goofball video for you guys. But if you watched, thank you for watching. Yes, this is actually possible. There's probably figures that are much more suited for it. I picked one that barely had enough space to make it happen. But the point is, it can happen. And yeah, it's just a bizarre little idea I had. So, thank you guys for watching. Until next time. Guys, I am facing the most powerful enemy any YouTuber can face, the algorithm, and I need your help to defeat him. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment. Every time you do, we attack that algorithm and we drive it back until it can no longer defeat this channel. Thank you very much.